Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. So, last time we delved into Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, but now it's time to get back to Persona 4 Arena. I will be switching between the two. Since the Persona 4 Arena story has been taking so long, and it hits a lot of the same beats anyway. So there's that. Anyway, yeah. Last time we started Akihiko's story, and he seems very eager to get into this whole. Whatchamacallit, this whole P1 Grand Prix thing. And so let's get to it, shall we? Seriously? I pre-started the game so we didn't have to deal with issues with it starting like last time. I take a deep breath next to the collapsed kanji to lower my heart rate and wind down from the battle. Then I calmly re-examine my surroundings. During the battle, I had noticed that the spectating students had changed into something completely different. They're not humans. Their silhouette shaped like people or something. I don't know why they're showing their true form now, but that's fine. If they're not human, then there's no need to worry about them. I'll just leave them be. And if they happen to turn hostile, I can easily crush lifeless creatures like that. Kanji regains consciousness. He recovered much more quickly than I was expecting.
It's amazing. So this is what you meant by going at it with nothing to hide.
When did I say that?
You're one passionate guy. Guess you're no ordinary pervert.
Since when am I a pervert?
Kanji flashes has a bright smile, and that's different from the one than the one he displayed before the fight. Anger and hatred have fled his body entirely. Now that the fight is over, he seems like he's got the spirit. He's got spirit.
Man, for a dream, this sure hurts. Huh? That's weird. How come a dude I've never met before is here in my dream?
Dream? What are you talking about? Aren't we inside the TV world?
Huh?
The TV world. If you can dream with your eyes open, I'm pretty impressed.
What? You're inside the TV? I seriously thought this was all a dream!
It does seem like Kanji's acting. It doesn't seem like Kanji's acting. He honestly seems to think that this entire thing was all a dream. I thought that people in that promo video were related to the general, but maybe everyone in here was actually dragged into this by force. If so, I can't abandon the others who were in that. Who were in that video either.
Hey, do you have any idea who the other people in that video were?
They were pretty much all my friends, but... Oh, crap.
Kanji clutches his head as something occurs to him. This seems quite serious.
It was a dream, so I kinda sorta beat the snot out of a couple of them.
Well, if they lost to someone who was half asleep, they'll just have to suck it up.
You think so? Things are just that black and white to you, huh?
A to B thinking. Seriously? I thought it was going to be some important I thought it was going to be some important information. This kanji guy is being yanked out of his normal life into this weird situation, yet he seems oddly blasé about it.
This isn't a dream. Then Ted and Rise are really hosting it?
General Teddy. The other Teddy said that he was a fake.
A fake? You're kidding me. How'd he make such a perfect copy of the bear suit?
That's the part you're hung up on?
Yeah. They're hardly twisted bastards who enjoy watching friends crush each other.
You seem pretty sure of your friends.
Man, the things I went through with those guys. And here I thought you were a pervert who wasn't listening to a word I said. Guess I had you figured wrong.
Looks like this guy's having a tough enough time just changing the way he thinks about me. Maybe he's just an idiot. The way his expression changes to that honest and relieved look when he's talking about his friends. It seems he has friends that he can really trust. If we'd met under less dangerous circumstances, I wouldn't mind sitting around and chatting with them for a bit. But I have a duty to attend to right now.
By the way, have you heard the name Labris anywhere? She's supposed to be somewhere in here.
Huh? Lab rat? What?
I see. Now, if you don't know, don't worry about it.
Lab rat. And with that, I leave Kanji and begin walking towards the door. Kanji calls out and stops me.
Wait a second. You haven't told me anything about you. Who are you? What did you come inside the TV for?
There's no point in explaining.
What?
Kanji attempts to stop me, but he changes his mind. His expression tells me that he's not satisfied with this outcome, but he swallows his frustration and takes a seat on the ground. Since he's fought against a number of people already, he must understand that he can't proceed on because he lost. Kanji looks directly into my eyes and speaks up.
Well, I was the loser here, so I can't complain. This isn't a dream, and my friends are in trouble.
That's all you need to say. I answer with a smile.
I know. I won't let anything happen to him.
The way you fought says it all. You can't throw punches like that without a shitload of training. I could feel your determination behind every one.
Yeah, the same's true for you. Good work.
Praises exchanged after trying to beat each other senseless. We have a moment that only those who have just brawled against each other can share. Kanji's skills are exceptional for a high school student. When I was in the boxing club, there were only a handful of guys who could stand to trade blows with me like he just did. Considering that he is this good with self-taught fighting skills, there's no question that he'd become an unparalleled fighter if he had proper training.
But you should be careful. My friends are hella strong, you know? If you're not careful, you'll be eating pavement.
Was that supposed to be a genuine warning for me, or was that a boast about how great his friends are? Either way, I can understand the feeling behind his words, so I smile back at him.
I don't know about that. My fists can't be stopped that easily.
There's nothing more I need to say to Kanji. I turn and begin running down the hallway. Sometime after parting ways with Kanji,
Pointless.
I'm still wandering aimlessly through the high school building. I have no idea if the path I'm taking right now is correct or not, because the invisible walls keep getting in the way. I spot another window and reach towards it.
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
It didn't take them very long to put invisible walls over the windows. Just as I pull my hand back, the PA system blares.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, Really? Why can't some people follow simple directions?
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
The fact that they've gone to the trouble to correct their oversights means that limiting our movement must be very important to them. They don't want to let us escape. That's probably so. That probably means there's something waiting up ahead that they placed there for me. I follow the path dedicated by the invisible walls until I reach a classroom. Is this where they wanted me to go?
Akihiko, you're all right. Then again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
Yeah, looks like it.
Who I found inside the classroom was none other than Mitsuru. Normally, running into her would be a great relief since it would give me a capable ally, but since the stupid P1 rules are in effect, that isn't the case here.
You're my next opponent.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
When Mitsuru makes this bitter declaration, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. I already knew who I'd be seeing. It's the general.
Ta-da! Well, this is about to get real interesting. An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you two enjoy it to the fullest.
Is that supposed to upset us? Can you believe this guy, Mitsuru?
This certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intention of fighting against Mitsuru. But we both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. There's no way we would allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. But oddly, when I look back towards Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training. It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Ouch, going for the jugular. Forget my fears of losing others, huh? As Mitsuru well knows, I have lost countless things up till now. And that anxiety that I buried somewhere in my heart may strike at me at any moment. But the Mitsuru I know wouldn't bring up something like that at a time like this. It'd be obvious to my friend, to any friend of Mitsuru. There's something going on here.
Teddy, and Kanji also started getting personal before the fight.
I love how he's still calling him Daddy.
Is this some kind of trick?
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sounds to me like she means it.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder. It's fine though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring.
Those who encounter one another must fight, and only the victor may proceed. Since this rule still stands, we've got to fight. They've removed any choice we had. I turned to face Mitsuru once again.
People I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan to test my skills. And you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon, though.
Mitsuru takes her stance without saying a word. The tension of battle sends a tingle through all the muscles in my body.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Come and get me, Mitsuru!
Finally! Fight!
You're up.
Shoryuken! I whiffed. Joke ruined! Oh my.
I'm coming for you.
That was close.
Close battles. You both fought well.
The battle is over. I glance down at Mitsuru. She keeps her firm expression and opens her mouth.
I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
Yours too. I was really worried there that you might execute me.
Mitsuru gives me a wry smile. That's the Mitsuru I know. So her odd behavior prior to the fight was all the general's work. I wonder.
Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As I recall, you said some unkind things about my late father.
Oof. Yeah, that's a sore spot for Mitsuru. I knew it. Of course, I have no memories of saying anything like that, because I didn't. The general's probably got some trick that warped the opponent's reality, so that good friends will hate each other. Maybe it was all an illusion? I don't understand how it all works, but there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Mitsuru and I turn towards the monitor and smugly smile at the general. His little gimmick was completely useless. General Teddy can barely contain his hatred as he responds.
How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer. So how come you aren't suffering?
I mean, when you face the apocalypse together.
Why? I don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand. Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
After the general glowers at us, the communication cuts off. Suffer, huh? The general was going on about making us suffer earlier. Is that why he has us all fighting here to make us suffer? But then why would he steal Labras?
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you.
I give her a summary of everything I figured out up to this point. Since Mitsuru's persona has a search ability, I'm sure she's been able to gather much more information than I have. She seems to already know everything that I discovered, so Mitsuru fills me in on what she's learned. I guess it's safe, though neither of us have encountered her. All of the high school students in the commercial seem to be persona users. And the general seems to be gathering persona users into this world. Unfortunately, neither of us knows what his true intentions are. What his intentions are. But more importantly, where's Labras?
Find Labras?
Iga seems to have made contact with her. She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered a TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life.
I have no idea what that could be. I have no idea what that could be about right now. This place is a school, but it's still just a copy of a school in another world. What kind of school life could possibly be here?
One more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Labras. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness. It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears.
Mitsuru casts down her eyes, as if reliving the pain. A great portion of Ergo Research's data was lost because of the actions of a former researcher. He was the mastermind behind the events 3 years ago. All of this must be mortifying for Mitsuru. That man is the reason why her family was taken from her.
If that was truly Labrys, then she's practically human. She may not be that far behind Aigis in terms of mimesis.
And like I said before, Aigis has gotten closer to being human than any other robot character.
Sure, Aigis' sister unit would have a mind. But does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain. Still, I'm only speculating, but I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Labrys was stolen? The General seemed to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Labrys wants. He actually may in fact be Labrys.
It's possible that Labrys regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
I can't deny that possibility right now. But there is something else I do know.
Mitsuru, you're doing your brow furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
Mitsuru's always been like this. She imagines worst-case scenarios that haven't even happened yet, and burdens herself with coming up with contingency plans based on them. Even though she doesn't necessarily stop moving forward, it certainly does weigh her down. Sometimes we need that hard-headedness, but there's a time and a place for it.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, all right?
As Mitsuru says those words, her expression softens a bit. It seems that I've been able to reach her.
Of course not.
Mitsuru has grown as well. She changed since that battle 3 years ago. Now that I think about it, a lot of time has passed since then. None of us have remained stuck in the past. We've all changed. I part ways with Mitsuru and hurry on ahead. According to Mitsuru's search, the enemy seems to be nearby. The enemy is waiting for her encounter with us as well. Well, that's one in which I won't mind granting at all. Just as I reach the top of the stairs, a loud noise punctuates the atmosphere. Is someone on a rampage with their persona? No, that's not it. It's the sort of sound that a massive object creates upon an impact. I hear it again, coming from the room ahead. There are no invisible walls that prevent me from making my way towards the sound, and I finally reached my destination.
The announcement room. Here we go.
The monitors and PA system must have been controlled from this room. I grabbed the door handle, but it won't open. This is different from those invisible walls, however. It's just an ordinary door. Sorry if there's a broadcast going on, but I'm going to have to punch my way in. I smash through the door and enter the room.
Whoa! It's that red cape guy I saw earlier!
Everyone inside immediately wheels around to face me. There are two female students before me. One of them I recognize from the video, but the other is an unfamiliar face. It's my first time seeing her, but I immediately know who she is. She looks just like a regular person, aside from her mechanical parts. It's Labris. And General Teddy.
So it wasn't Labris after all.
Immediately, General Teddy, who's glaring at me, begins to change. Oh, getting right to it, are we?
I am a shadow. The true self.
Another Labris.
Well, this is completely unexpected. I can't even come up with a reason for why something like this would occur. Maybe this is another one of his illusions. No, if that were true, what I'm seeing would be more a more direct assault on my inner thoughts. I start inventing and discarding possible reasons for what's happening. Eventually, I just cast aside all my theories. I take a deep breath and calm myself. What is my objective? I was summoned to retrieve Labris and to prevent any danger from spreading. It doesn't matter if there's one or two, or 21 or 21 of her. My initial objectives are unaffected, and I will give everything I have to complete my mission.
Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
Seeing the hostility directed at me, I smile, eager for a fight.
Why did it have to be now? Who the hell are you?
We've come to take you in. Would it clear things up if I mention the name Kirijo?
One Labris looks at me and yells in rage, but the other recoils in horror.
No! I'll never go back there!
Crap, she ran off.
Damn it, get back here!
The other one dashes after the first one. I immediately try to pursue them, but
Hey, wait a second! Who are you?
the remaining girl in the green warm-up jacket stops me. If I recall correctly, she was the female student introduced as a carnivore in that commercial.
Go after them. You're better off forgetting what you just saw.
Wait! You can't just...
She appears to be uninjured, and I can't lose time dealing with her. I ignore her and book it after Labris.
Hold it right there, Buster!
That voice. She caught up to me, though I'm running at full sprint. She must be quite the exceptional athlete. But I can't drag her into this. This is my duty. Should I run even harder? That might cause me to redline my heart rate, and that would deaden my legs for any upcoming fights. Or should I convince her to leave? Unfortunately, it seems that both of those options have been taken off the table now. I wrap my fist where there is nothingness. Resistance. Another invisible wall. Looks like this is the enemy of this is the enemy's way of buying time. Sure enough, the female student catches up to me and confronts me as she tries to regain her breath.
You're gonna tell me what's going on.
So she wants an explanation. There's no harm in telling her what's going on, since her friends are already caught up in this mess. But there's no need for them to learn details about it. If they just return to the real world, they can get out while keeping relatively normal lives.
What would that do you?
What?
I'm here on a certain mission. You could even call it a duty. My resolution is nothing like yours, based on curiosity.
A duty?
I hit the invisible wall.
Ridiculous Grand Prix is still going on.
What? Wait, you mean...
The girl hurriedly reaches around at the space behind her. As I expected, her hand hits an invisible wall as well. That wall didn't exist when I first passed through that area.
We're trapped. So, like, do we...
That's what you get for coming after me so recklessly. The rule that one opponent must be defeated is still in effect.
She may be a girl, she may be a girl and a student. Don't be sexist, Akihiko. But I don't intend to go easy on anyone as long as I have a mission to complete. I unleash the aura that instantly silent so-called tough guys all around the world. I was hoping she would quietly back down before I before I had to go this far. But even though my aura dampened the girl's resolve a bit, she didn't even take a step back.
All right, I accept.
Huh. Why are you willing to go to such lengths to catch up to Labris?
I don't know why. I just know that she was in pain. I don't know if my reasons are better or worse than yours, but I can't turn my back on her.
The foolish words of a child. But there's a fire in her eyes that makes up for her lack of reason. I gotta say, I prefer that more than wasting time with needless chatter. She definitely piqued my interest a bit.
Alright. To answer your question, what you saw was the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris. She was given a heart so she could use a persona.
A weapon? Then she really is a robot. But she's so cute. And she even sounds like a normal girl.
Again, I take offense to that, TA. I mean, look at me. I'm adorable. She has a perplexed look on her face. Even though she's already seen those mechanical arms and legs, it must be hard to believe that a robot could be that lifelike.
So that's what her lost memories were about. And since she has a heart, she has a shadow too.
She has a shadow? Do you mean the thing where there's 2 of her?
The girl does her best to explain the structure of the TV world to me. The world inside the TV apparently mirrors the feelings of those who enter it, and its appearance changes accordingly. She tells me that this fake school was most likely created from this president's Labris's psyche. She also explains that the repressed inner thoughts within oneself separate inside the TV world to become a shadow, and that those shadows try to kill their originators and replace them.
I get it now. The mastermind behind all this isn't Labris, but her shadow.
I think that's it anyway. But I wonder what's with this tournament. What could she have wished for to make this happen?
I have some suspicions about that. Labris may have been forced to do some inhumane things while she was in development. Her original circumstances may be related to the setup of this Grand Prix.
The girl goes pale upon hearing my words. Such a tale would be unimaginable for those living ordinary lives.
This tournament is a reenactment of what Labris went through in her past?
Even Mitsuru doesn't know that for sure. If there's anyone who can claim to, it would be Labrys herself.
That's all I can tell you. If you still want to search for her, you'll have to defeat me to move on. What'll it be?
The girl holds her tongue for a moment, but it isn't because of fear or hesitation. I could tell from the look in her eyes, she's made up her mind.
If Labrys wished to make us go through what she went through, that means she wanted to be understood. She wanted someone to save her.
That's just your guess, though.
But if it's possible I'm right, then I can't abandon her. That's why I won't go back until I've saved her. Her heart is worth fighting for.
Save, huh? Her eyes tell me that she completely believes what she's saying.
What's your name? Mine's Akihiko Sanada.
I'm Chie Satonaka, a third year at Yasagami High.
I like the fire in your eyes. Then let's fight and see whose passion comes out on top.
Yep, the filler fight from the other side now.
Finally. Fight.
Ow. Shoryuken! That was a lot easier.
Looks like I win.
God damn it, this sucks. I lost. Oh well.
Cheers, smiling brightly.
You don't get to go search for Labrys like you wanted and you're laughing?
Well, I figured either way you'd save her. Labrys, I mean.
I can't resist cracking a little smile at Chie's words. Ha, she seems naive, but she saw right through me. I guess she's sharper than she looks. One of my mission priorities is to limit collateral damage. To achieve that, I thought that destroying Labrys would be my only option. But now that plan has been scuttled. My current plan is to save Labrys and protect her. If I'm capable of succeeding at that, all the danger to the surrounding area will be prevented. I'll commit myself to this plan from now on.
Can I ask you to give her a message? Please tell her I said I was sorry for saying such cruel things and doubting her. Let her know I really want to talk with her when this is all over. Anyway, just tell her I apologized.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
Chie's words are clumsy as ever, but what she lacks in speaking ability and vocabulary, she makes up for with emotion.
Thank you, Chie.
Huh?
On my way here, I was told that my strength was fake, that I was just immersing myself in training to escape my fear of losing others, that I was just sticking my head in the sand. And that was true. The reason I'm so hard on myself is because I'm scared. That might be a weakness of mine. But watching you made me realize it's okay to be like that. No, I don't want to lose anyone again. Ever. But that's how I can become stronger. Sheer raw strength is pointless. Getting the ability to see your deepest wishes through is true strength.
That's a little abstract, but I guess it's a compliment, though I still feel a little embarrassed about it.
I can't help but smile as well. After vowing to save Labrys, I leave Chie and attempt to make good on my promises.
I'll bring Labrys back no matter what.
As I run, the things that happened during my recent training and the things that happened in this world start to remind me of each other. An old acquaintance's face flashes in my mind. Someone who took good care of me. Someone I haven't seen in a while. Kurosawa-san. I'd heard he had been promoted to detective, but I haven't been able to personally congratulate him for that yet. There is another place that I need to go. There is another place that I need to go visit.
It's all over. I should go see him too.